is the recurve bow. The bow and arrow has been prevalent since the dawn of tools in ancient history. Bows have fought wars, hunted prey, marked territory, and truly tested men and women alike. Of all the tools that encompass the skills of man, the one that has stood the test of time has been the bow, and one specifically being the recurve bow. Much like a traditional bow, the recurve bow differs with its long S-shaped arcs at the top, and that gives the bow its. The recurve bow works like a normal bow. It fires a basic traditional arrow just like a traditional bow. Even fires the same arrow as the fancy dancy new compound bows widely used today. You got an arrow with a notch, a fletching, shaft, and tip, and fires just like a regular bow. My fascination with the art of the recurve bow has taken me back through history, exploring names, teachings, arts of master bowmen, men from all walks of life that have lived and died by the recurve bow. Men who won wars, led huge hosts of mounted bowmen carrying recurve bows into battle. These armies ride on horseback, stand side by side in ranks, and loose arrows onto enemies. The design of the bow itself makes it easy to fire from horseback. The recurve archer was a mainstay in great armies all throughout history and time, from Roman legions to Assyrian soldiers in ancient Babylon, even in the Bible. The simple curve in the bow let an archer fire quick and powerful shots at amazing speed. Now, the bow wasn't always a tool of battle. Competition shooting has been a great test of a man or woman's prowess over the years. There's a story of an ancient king who climbed to the highest mountain in his land just to fire one arrow off the top and mark his territory. Things like that are just amazing. My love for history has taken me on this adventure, learning the art and mastery of the recurve bow. I've been through many ups and downs in my life, and I always have a passion to do what makes me happy in general. And learning things along the way, such as the bow, is definitely awesome. So every archer has to have a bow. Recurve bows aren't the most popular bows today, but they're easily purchased. You can get one pretty much anywhere that sells a bow or hunting supplies. It's got a grip, a rest, a string, and comes in every different draw lengths and sizes for all ages. An everyday archer must have a few essential tools to make shooting that bow a better experience, or a more thorough experience. A quiver and arrows are definitely a must. You're not going to shoot anything without arrows. A finger glove or a draw grip, and a good stretching routine definitely helps. Now, the recurve bow can shoot arrows hundreds of yards away when shot correctly. A simple push and pull draw, and pushing out with that bow arm and back with the string arm gives you the best action and the most force with your arms needed to draw back to the desired length. Now, every arrow must have somewhere to fly, and all around the United States you can find bow ranges and areas to practice and learn the art of the recurve bow. You may choose the privacy of your own home if that's the case. And go ahead, go to your local store where you bought your bow and buy an arrow bag, but be careful where you shoot. Shooting a recurve bow will take much practice, but in time you'll get the hang of it. You learn your mechanics, and you can always practice by reading material, literature found online and in books. Even modern day fantasy books features things about the recurve bow that can yield a few tips to help your bow arm. Even when shooting and practicing, why not take your skills to the realm of games, which we're all in, where the recurve bow has made a name for itself in so many games I dare not count. The bow itself is everywhere and been accustomed to saying and even yelled in jest 3 words synonymous to shooting a bow and arrow. These 3 things have sentenced men to death, showered armies in arrows, and been part of a routine in archery. After learning the basics of how to shoot your bow, some really great tips and tricks have come along the way to me. A slow draw itself is essential. No one told you you have to pull the bow back as hard as you possibly can just because it's tough. You know, smoothness is how an archer works his bow. Now remember, pull the string all the way back to about the corner of your lip and keep your bow arm steady. When it comes to aiming a recurve bow, it's called instinctual aiming. I've learned it's nothing like aiming a gun. You don't close your eye. It's all about rhythm and technique. And after you see where that arrow flew, uh, and once you feel more comfortable with your bow, why not test yourself in different ways? Uh, you know, hunting can be your cup of tea. If so, march out into the great wild wilderness with a bow in hand and try your luck. Archery itself can prove a great way to ease tension over a rough day. Why not shoot professionally? Modern day archers compete in tournaments all around the world. It's an Olympic event within track and field. Professional archers can make it as a pro shooter and make quite a bit of money at it. Finally, to sum everything up, learn the art of the bow and be part of something that has stood the test of time. Bows like the recurve bow are quite possibly the reason we're standing here today. Ingenuity and skill always keep the recurve bow high on my list of things to